Hi everyone. It's January 1st, 2016. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I did. And a good New Year. Well, I had a scratch-built tranny. Have no idea. So I was trying to think of what kind of transmission this car would have, because it's not in line at all. This is going to sound funny. I thought of Harley Davidson, because they have a primary drive that runs the transmission. So I thought that should be close, a little bit bigger. So anyway, and I vaguely remember what a Harley transmission looks like. I never seen one out of the bike, mostly seen the motor out of the bike. Anyway, so I went with this, because you ain't really going to be able to see it that much with the cowling over it and fuel tank and the nuclear reactor, all that stuff. Anyway, so here I sandwiched together 3 or 4 blocks. I don't know if it was 30 thousandths or 40 thousandths. Don't remember. I've been sitting on it. I've been going to put this up for a couple weeks now, but I've been so busy. Life comes first before models. I hate my wife for saying that. As you can see there's a little drawing there. That's what I was kind of going with for the transmission. And so there's going to be an input shaft, and somewhere in the back is an output shaft that you'll never see because it won't be there, and you'll never see it once it's in. So I'm basically doing the front and the top. And right now I was going to do like bulges for the gear clusters. Then I thought, wait a minute, that ain't right. So I continued on, as I needed to build it up. So it's kind of a thinking like this idea here, is covered up. Yes, I did look for transmissions for this car or anything like it. I couldn't. They photographed the motor and never the tranny. So anyway, but this whole thing is the basis. I keep the humps, but you won't see them, because I thought, I wonder if it's like a Satchus motorcycle, or instead of splitting the cases, there's a case split in it, that they have a plate they can pull off the top for the shifting levers, or the shifting forks, shifting paws, whatever you want to call them. And that's what I'm thinking about right about now, because I'm not happy with this at all. But it fits the drawing crudely. That's all we need. And I'm using my super glue to fill any gaps. The front piece is the primary drive, where it comes from the clutch shaft into the transmission. There's a gear or chain. I don't know. You tell me. There's something there. A rubber band. I don't know. So I'm re-hitting that again. That's where the input shaft will be hitting, somewhere around there. You won't even see it. After I've done it, I could barely see it, and I'm looking down on it. You'll never see it again. Now I'm changing my mind. I'm flattening out the square, the round part, because I want to do that inspection panel, and I'm quite sure either the case split in 2, top and bottom, and they can get to the tranny parts there. I have no clue. I'm just going by what I've messed with motorcycles. It isn't like a modern transmission, at least an American, where you pull the front, you got the bell housing in front of you, and you start pulling stuff out from the front, and the housing's all clear. This is not that way. Much simpler time. What I should have looked at it is like the transforcation of my truck, which splits down the middle lengthwise, and it's the new process type, not the divorce. This probably looks more like the divorce. In other words, the transfer case is separate from the transmission. There she is, looking ugly. And I don't know if I'm staring at it or what. Looks like I'm busy. Oh, that's right. I was picking my nose. Yep. Oh, I remember. I am making it look like sand casting. I am quite sure this is made out of cast iron. The reason why is the aluminum would have to be so thick. So I'm stippling it like you do with rolled homogeneous armor on a tank, and then you sand it a little, and then you can go back and do it again if you want a little deeper, but it gives it a cast or a rolled look. So I got some square pegs, or square pegs. I'm a square peg in a round hole. Hexagonal rod I bought. Had my hobby shop order, and he got it to me pretty cheap, so took him a long time. Yeah, I really am going to miss hobby shops here instead of ordering online all the time. So I'm going to put, and I have more than this. This ain't going to cover it all. I actually thought this would have went easier. It actually did, but as you can see, I'm fighting with some of them wanting to turn. The reason why I counted them is I wanted to know how many I had to see one stuck to the glue. You weasel. So, got to cut some more. I'm half done, so that's why I counted how many I needed. Yes, I can count. I had my shoes off, so it made it easier. There we go, another one stuck to it. There we go. Then I was thinking, it'd look nice if it had the shifting lever. There might be two. Well, there is two on this one, but there might be two. I was thinking one for reverse, but they might just slide back into a reverse gear. I have no idea. I needed to thin this down, make it smaller, other words, to fit what I'm making. And I pulled out this monstrous number 11 blade. I'm like, who bought me? I did. So I had it fits into a razor saw. I'm like, oh well, I can use them. It don't matter. Then I looked over and I seen it had a smaller pack, so I got to load my new one with my smaller one with the newer one on it. So this is making the lever. That's the hole for it. Smoothing it out. As you can see offline, I glued it. I got normal ones. I'm just finishing them out. Put a dot of glue where I think I want it. Gotta remember, this is all off the cuff, guys, so totally made up. Be kind of neat to get pictures of the real thing. And I figured it needed a shaft or something in front, a little housing in front for, I don't know. The clutch is conical, not conical, tapered. And it's, instead of the traditional asbestos pads on it or whatever, it's using leather. What type? I don't know. So I have no idea what it looks like. I have something that could double for it, but if I put that on, you guys ain't gonna see nothing, because the clutch comes after the flywheel. And since my flywheel is centered to where it needs to be, something's goofy. I made it too long or something. Yep, now I'm using my Plastistruct rod. That's the one by my little finger there. That has plastic on it over steel. It's actually quite handy. I love this stuff. So I'm rolling a piece off, and that's the hole it's going to fit. I need to make another one. I had trouble with this one, didn't want to slide off. I put the metal back in. That's to anchor it in the new transmission. There we go. I need this thing to stick out a bit. I use super glue. Alright. I think I'm making the lever or the linkage for shifting it. I could have made the other one longer, but I was worried about room. Oop, that worked well. Gotta let that set. Something didn't like what I did. Oh, okay. It was there. Now I'm making the linkage. Why I'm drilling the hole is beyond me. Using a bit of sprue. I blocked it up so it'd dry flat or level. Now I'm trying to whittle out the linkage. Actually, your hand always gravitates off camera. I don't know why. I'm using a bit of super glue to smooth it all over to get it look rounded. Like I said, a lot of this will not be seen. I mean, you'll see it. Now I'm just adding a wash inside. The one I'm doing actually leaked a lot of oil. No, it ain't going to stay this way. So now I'm dabbing my brush in a paper towel And every time I do that, it sucks more off. And I can also do it later if it's too heavy, because it's water-based. It comes right up. Well, you have to work it up, but it ain't horrible. Oh man, off camera again. Thought I better get this done before I get too much stuff hanging off it. Smoothing it out. I was shocked I didn't break anything off yet. Using the liquid glue to smooth things over. You can see the pitting on it, like it's, now I'm just dividing it up. I'm putting bolts in the front of it. There we go. I couldn't see it was too wet. The marker took it right away. So I'll put the same stuff in that I did on the top. There's only 8 of them, so I didn't have to take my shoes off. What I should have done, is drill a center hole. That way my shaft can go right in it. Always when it wants to come out with your... Alright. Now I'm putting on that thing. The linkage. Hitting it again. Linkage is on. Now I'm painting it. Why I painted the bottom is beyond me, but I painted it. Why I painted the back is definitely beyond me, but you can't see that. I didn't want anything to be seen. That's really the reason why. I'm trying to do a little differential painting. I wished I wouldn't have done it. I could have done the highlights and that's it. Because it actually came out darker than I wanted it to. I mean, it turned out alright. It just was darker than I wanted it to be. It looks more like steel. What I'm going to do is just highlighting all the stuff that might be seen. And I'm working it into the bottom. From the bolt down and then to the top, so it makes it a little easier for everybody to see. Then I did a darker one on the bottom so it looked like it's in shadow. There she sits. Another day. And I'm giving it a wash of India ink, a lot of water, and some burnt umber that is water-based. To me, it works good. I'm just going back through and hitting places. I didn't put any dust on it. I probably should have. I still can do it. Probably really would look good, but seems like they worked on the motor a lot, and you know, I don't know how long they had to go before rebuilding them. There, I'm metallizing it with some pencil rubbings. I like them stupid Carpenter pencils. They're number 2 works good, but there it is. There it is, guys. So much for that. Oh, see you on the next one. Got motor stuff